Alright, so warning ahead of time. The video on this is disgusting. So I've pretty much just given in to the computer overlords, and we can just watch me build stuff in the background. It's Lavender Town right now. And I'm just going to go with the flow, add some weird music in the background, and we're going to talk about what's going on. And ignore all the weird things that my video is doing, despite my, 3 hours of work on trying to get this stuff working. Here's Lavender Town. I placed all the buildings. I copied that giant tower from Saffron City. Fixed all the lights. Nothing much exciting there. I want to check it at night, because night is fun to look at everything. I swear it's much prettier in real life. At the very end, I'll use a better video editor and just walk through it just so you see what it's supposed to look like, as opposed to this horrifying mess of pixels and, stuff. I always used to wonder for YouTube poop how they made all that weird stuff. I guess they just recorded it with this software because it seems to be doing the trick. I'm moving on now to the next route. This is where I actually end up deciding to create new barrier blocks. You'll see me stop right in the middle of the route, and I've had enough of the 1x1 pillars and trees, so I'm basically gonna be going through every single area on the map and replacing them with a better model that I'm about to make in between cuts here. So here's me placing some of the models for the little railing on the side. I'm very proud of those. They look really cool in real life. You'll see those again at the end. I'm not really sure why I decided to include this time lapse since it looks so disgusting, but I spent a lot of time trying to set up these paths. I don't want to just throw it away. So we're gonna go with it and hope it works out. Hope you're enjoying this weird music I found under creepy electronic to match the creepy electronic pixelation on the screen right now. Yeah, so here's me testing out how big it would look, and then I'm placing an example right about now? Nope. Oh well, cut. Well, here's the examples. Here's the examples of the new giant blocks. You can see I'm replacing all the walls with these big 2x2x2 cubes of trees and pillars, and then you can't see them because they're invisible, but I'm placing a bunch of barrier blocks to prevent the user from walking around where they're not supposed to be. So this turns out to be better in a lot of ways, mostly for mapping pixels. It is way easier to do the actual, it's 2 blocks in the tile sets, and now it's 2 blocks in Minecraft. Before I was doing all these weird workarounds of trying to make it look like 1 even though it was 2. So I'm pretty proud of how it's turning out right now. It looks way better than before, and it's way easier to create new stuff. The only issue is that placing them is a bit more annoying because I have to get all the barrier blocks in place, but aside from that, it's not any more difficult. I'm still just copy pasting and stacking everything, so it's not that big a difference. Something else you might see me doing is fixing all of the left and right overhangs on these slab houses. Currently, they're a full block across. They're a full block across. And the siding of the building is half a block across. But this makes it look really dumb when... Oh, we cut again. This makes it look really dumb when 2 buildings of brick are next to each other. The roof textures are connected, which looks bad. So I've decided to make them 3/4 of a block across, using a stair block. And that looks way better. Hopefully I can show an example real quick at the end. And here I am going on to Saffron City. Here's what it gets. I don't even know what's going on here. The video just starts turning blue and pink and red and green, and I don't even know. It's honestly kind of pretty to look at if it wasn't so frustrating that I spent 3 hours making this. Oh well. Now we go on. I'm making a new side house. That was pretty easy to make. The only issue there is that I've never had to put a door on the side of a house before, and I'll need to have doors there. So they're kind of inset into the wall, like concave inwards. And it doesn't look that bad. I don't really care that much about that. You can't see it from the flyovers usually, so that's mostly what this map is for, to be honest. We're just doing flyovers. There is my little floating island you can see right there, which is where I copy and paste all my buildings from, since most of the buildings are all the same. Here, it just freaks out. I don't know what happened there. Don't ask. I could cut all this stuff out, but if I cut it all out, I'd have no content left. It would be nothing. Something interesting is that you can see redstone on the ground there. Maybe you can see redstone. It might just look like a bunch of pixels. You can see redstone on the ground there. That was going to be my original idea for how to make those railing blocks. Because each of the rails in the corners has those little circles, right? So I was thinking I could use that model to create the rails. But the redstone models are really complicated and really difficult to work with, and it just isn't worth it. I'd rather just use 3 carpet textures. One for up and down, one for the circle, and one for left and right. And I think it turned out pretty well. It's not any better if I'd used redstone, right? Like, it won't look any nicer. It'll just, like, feel better in my heart knowing that I've used 1 block instead of using 3. But it doesn't really matter. But that's about it. It's going to do a weird little fly around and freak out some more. I think at the end of this video, I want to put a little quick OBS fly around, just so you can see what it's supposed to look like instead of this garbled mess. But, I mean, you still can get some kind of idea of what's going on, right? I can't believe I'm doing this. I haven't actually listened to this entire soundtrack of music, so hopefully it doesn't get too weird. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for you and me, right? And it's not like anyone watches these videos. Yeah. Let's just take a moment and appreciate what's going on the screen right now. Yeah. It's just beautiful. We're getting pretty close though, right? I'm at a rate of about 1 route or 1 city a day. I finished about, I don't know, 8 or 9, and there's like 20 total. So we're almost halfway there. Especially considering that I keep stopping almost every other day to create a new model or to create a new texture. And as I keep going, I'm having less and less models and textures to make. So it's working out pretty well. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful video. Alright, welcome back to the second part of the video. Here we're just going to show real quick what it's supposed to look like without all of the grossness of that editor. That lets me do time lapses. This is the second route we worked on. Here are the new railing blocks that I've added. Here are the new 2x2x2 trees and pillars and cut trees. They all have barrier blocks now to prevent you from walking through. Previously I was using cobblestone walls so you couldn't jump over them anyway, but now I have to place barrier blocks. Not much else exciting here. Let's go on to the next part. Here is the little gateway house with the doors I was talking about. See how they are a bit inset into the wall? I don't think it looks that bad. Fits in pretty nicely, and like when you're flying over, can't really tell. And yeah. So here is Saffron City. Ooh. Hope you enjoy seeing it in a bit higher resolution, let's say. And that was all I wanted to show. So, peace.